Okay. I know you've read or heard about that game, movie, or comic, blah, blah, but you haven't heard it from us. So chill, relax, let us talk all about it before you log off.
The thirst is absolutely real, everybody. I am Sir Aaron Carter, and you are listening to Before You Log Off. And today is a two-man show. It is just me, of course, and the internationally known Steven Gutierrez.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
And, of course, I say two-man, but I always forget to introduce intern Beth. She is with us with her multiple angles. And it looks beautiful. You can see it from the front and the side because there needs to be more representation for women. And I believe this is the best way to do it right here. So Rachel's on vacay for this episode. And she'll be back maybe next week. We'll see. You know, if she enjoys the Bahamas enough. Who knows?
I feel like she's pulled an OJ and she's murdered Galen. And is fleeing to Mexico.
She's in a white Bronco.
And she's in a white Bronco.
That's what she's doing. I mean,
it's probably a Prius. Let's be honest. She cares about the environment.
You do have to update the stories whenever you do stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah,
you have to modernize them so it's more relevant to nowadays, I guess. I've never liked whenever they do that with stuff. Like
You don't like the update?
Because they did that, of course, back in the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s with Marvel. And that's the Marvel Ultimate stuff. So it's what if, everything was happening today and stuff like that. And it was popular with a lot of people. So but what's his name? Spider-Man was I think like a web photographer or something like that. Or he was a blogger or something.
Oh, the blogger.
Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. I didn't necessarily need that. But okay. The fans like it. So... let's go with it. He died in that series anyway, so spoiler warning, everybody.
Jeez. It's just gonna pull out the fucking stuff right in the beginning.
Yeah, he gets shot. So there it is. Yeah. Modernize. Do we need to? Do we need to modernize everything? I don't know.
You know what? Yeah, I think so. You got to stay relevant. You know what I mean? Like, or else people are just gonna get tired. That's why, like, Call of Duty changed from World War II game to, like, modern stuff, because people want to see the M16s and the AR-15s and every number with 15 in it.
But it's classic.
Every gun with 15 in it.
It's classic when it's the old school...
For sure.
World War II, beautiful, bolt action...
I can appreciate the sound of an M1 Grand.
Exactly. The paching, whatever you're done shooting.
That's iconic. Scary as hell if you're in actual war. But, it's iconic. And I don't know. But you have to adapt. And I think, that's why it's going on a tangent here. With, them introducing mutants in the MCU.
Uh-huh.
What if they pull just all mutants from another reality, right? You have that, I don't want to say storyline, but an incident where the mutants' world is collapsing and they flee into our world for as what is that called?
Refugees? You want them to be refugees from another dimension?
From another reality, another world or whatever. The multiverse, whatever. Right? And then that's where you get the discrimination again. And you can get that whole thing. It's like people don't like them because
they're immigrants.
A different.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Hey, it's an influence. I'm not saying that's kind of their story, right? There's hatred.
Yeah, there's hatred, but they're not immigrants.
But because they're different. I'm just adding the immigrant thing to it because that's kind of a hot button topic. It's topical.
Yes.
And stuff like that. I'm saying you could do this. I'm not saying it's the best idea. I'm just throwing it out there.
Good old fashioned racism seemed to work fine for them in the comics for the longest.
Yeah, but Magneto's story, can you do the whole, Holocaust survivor thing.
I mean, you just say that they all age a little differently if you're a mutant. You have different
If you write into his powers that he lives longer than normal.
They did. I mean, we're talking about comic book stuff, so clearly there's some crazy crap that could happen. Any type of thing. I mean, it's magic, you know. It's, you know. Sorry for everybody. Friday nights aren't the same so far because there's, you know, no Wanda or whatever to fill your time for that Marvel goodness. But that's what we're here for, of course. So yeah, they could do a lot of different stuff. They could do a ton of different stuff to explain it. And I don't want them to try to be so realistic that they write a bad story. You know what I mean?
True.
We're trying to keep this so grounded in reality that it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't gel well, or it doesn't like really fit. Like I feel like lean into the comic book origins. Like that's what you should do. You should just lean right inside.
You should definitely lean into the comic book origins. That's the actual canon timeline stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should definitely do that. But I don't know, like there's like the stuff with Magneto is very important to his character.
Uh-huh.
But as time goes, you know what I mean? Like they're revamping these other heroes.
I get
it. You can bring Captain America back anytime because he was frozen at a point, and you could just keep him frozen until, you know, current time. And you can keep milking that situation the whole time.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that, like his time frame for that being a World War II Holocaust survivor is kind of running its toll or whatever, because he's getting older and everything like that.
Yeah,
but
because now he's literally Ian McKellen's age. You know what I mean? Like that's that's him now.
Just say there was some other snap that happened, and he's gone for 15 years.
If you can make it make sense in the MCU world that we have now, that's fine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that's their
just
task.
Don't do some BS where it's like, oh, they were in the quantum realm because random mutant number 7
they might
had the power to make all the mutants go into the quantum realm. They were gone for 2 seconds.
J-Lap in chat is saying the blip messed up some people's DNA. I don't think we're going to get any type of explanations until the Eternals. Like when the Eternals comes out and they do that, because the Eternals is going like far back in time to tell their stories too. Yeah. So I think we're going to get more explanation there. And I think after the Eternals, you'll have a better outlook on like, okay, this is how mutants are being introduced. This is how we're going to get this whole group of people that's a universe on its own to be in the MCU. It just sucks that like it should have been there from the beginning. Like if Marvel didn't have to sell all their stuff, you know, years ago to all these different companies, and they had all their toys to play look like DC, that what type of MCU would we have seen? Like what type of Avengers Endgame would we have gotten? Who would have jumped out of that portal? Like
I don't know if they would have been on the right track.
You think they would have failed?
I think. Okay, so pre-Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
What Marvel movies did you have? Besides Blade's good. So
yeah, I was gonna say Blade.
That's Blade. A good one. We could put that in the good category.
Yeah, the Spider-Man series is because there was the Garfield and Maguire's.
No, Garfield's wasn't before Iron Man.
It wasn't? It was after?
No, I think that came afterwards.
Okay.
Because we were still with Toby, I want to say.
Okay, so then was the X-Men 1? Did that come out before, or was that? Because
that was in 2000.
So then so we had the X-Men, terrible.
Okay.
The Fantastic Four, of course. We had the Fantastic Four before Iron Man. I know we had the Fantastic Four before Iron Man.
Wait, are you thinking of that shitty
I'm thinking of Captain America as the Human Torch. I know we had to have had that. We definitely had to have that before.
Yeah, yep. 2005, Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So that's what we were looking at.
Ooh,
But again,
it was Ghost Rider.
But again, this wasn't Marvel making these things. These were other companies using those licenses.
You're right. It was other companies. So but the people behind those probably would have been the driving force. So I don't think they would have. I don't know if they would have got the story right.
We didn't have Favreau, who directed the first Iron Man, right? We didn't have him calling the shots. So if he was calling the shots back then for something else, maybe a Fantastic Four movie, if they wanted to kick it off with the who do you think they would have kicked it off with? Because Iron Man wasn't the popular guy.
Exactly. So they couldn't take something that was, not the best and then turn it to freaking excellence like they have, because that turnaround is amazing.
I mean, they did.
They did, yeah, because they didn't have those other, they didn't have some of those other ones to start with. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I don't know. I you don't know.
Yeah,
it could have been anything. They could have started with literally anything, and it could have just been a mess. What if they would have started with that shitty Ghost Rider movie?
That would be
what if they would have started with just Avengers, and we missed out on this whole buildup?
I feel like they should, or they should have, if they had a chance to. If you can go back, I feel like they should have started with Fantastic Four, and kind of had them be the jump off point for kind of everything that happens. So the introduction into the world of
of super beings.
Yes. And still keep the X-Men hidden. Still keep them kind of just hidden, and reveal them by the fourth movie. So you get the Fantastic Four, then you get Iron Man, then you get a Captain America. So you veer off from the Fantastic Four. So you get no, I'll take it back. You get the Fantastic Four first movie. Second movie, you go throwing out of left field. You go Ant-Man. Hank Pym.
I don't know if the drive would have been there to take a chance.
I'm saying if they had started it over. You know why? Because Ant-Man to me would have been like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody really knows this person, but we can find the right director to make this big enough.
Yeah.
So I think you go there, and that way you build the timeline of the Avengers, starting with the Ant-Man, and you build the timeline of the X-Men parallel. So you got these two timelines, just of movies that are starting, and just keep on going, and then all of a sudden they cross somewhere in the middle.
See, so okay, so if we look at it before Iron Man, 2008 Iron Man, all superhero movies, again, besides Blade, movie was badass. Besides Blade, all the other superhero movies were campy. You had your Superman, I'm fucking Boy Scout, all this stuff. It wasn't fucking Zack Snyder gritty, whatever.
Yeah, that
you have now. But everything was it's superheroes. We're Excelsior. Everything's bright, shiny. You wouldn't have got the heroes we have now. I think because Iron Man came out, and I feel like it changed the game for how to do a superhero movie from there on, then on.
It definitely did. It definitely did. I mean,
that's how important Iron Man's release was.
But I'm thinking it was the cast and crew, the actor, of course, Robert Downey Jr. I think it was the director, of course. I think it was the writers, of course, who took it more serious than your campy, superhero movies. And that's what I'm thinking that Marvel kind of pushed forward. Is we don't want it to be campy. We wanted this to build, a whole legacy type of thing. So if they came with that same mentality with the other properties, then I'm saying that it would have, if they came with that same mentality, whatever they put in their first foot forward, it would have worked. If they went full blast to it, pick the
I
best
don't know.
directors, and you know what? You know what's gonna. I think what'll prove it, yes or no, is when that Fantastic Four movie comes out, because that will be what their vision of what they believe a Fantastic Four movie should look like, not like the garbage.
But see, it's already tainted though, and here's my belief. Like why it's tainted is because you already have first so much to live up to, like status quo on solid
a decade
superhero,
plus.
superhero movies, right? So you have that. You have to hit that certain quality threshold, and then like you have so much already to pull from the worlds you already built and add it into to influence your movie. But starting fresh, like completely fresh, this is a new world, like new everything starting over. I think they would have started with that campiness that we got with X-Men and like Fantastic Four and stuff, and it would have just stayed with.
I think it depends on what property they start with. That's what I feel like. What property do they start with? I could see them possibly doing it with the Fantastic Four, because the Fantastic Four could be campy. But if they said we're going to start our whole universe off, our whole Marvel Cinematic Universe off with Spider-Man, our Spider-Man movie, that could also be campy. If they say they wanted to start their whole Marvel universe off with the X-Men, I think that's the more serious Iron Man approach type of thing. I don't think you get campy off of that. I think they go full blast Iron Man seriousness, you know?
Spider-Man.
I feel like actually they could have started off with the X-Men, and then in response to that, you go straight into Iron Man, you know? Iron Man, you know, could be a response to that. It could be like the Justice League thing of Batman, you know, oh, wow, Superman's here, so I need to make a suit that can fight this guy and some kryptonite and stuff like that.
I don't know. I just feel like you would have got some cheese in the movies, and then I don't know if they would have recovered to deliver that Iron Man.
J-Lap and Jet says Iron Man was a major risk. Marvel was going to file bankruptcy if Iron Man flopped, so they stayed away from the campy crap. That's what I'm thinking. If they were hungry back then.
So lessons learned though, right? So Marvel took a chance on that. Like they're like, this is our Final Fantasy. This is what we have left.
Correct.
If this doesn't succeed, we are effed in the A.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and they went all out. If you would have went back to 2000, you wouldn't have had that, I'm just going to say, desperation to succeed.
Yeah, the hunger definitely helped in that.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting what if, and I hope that what if series address.
It won't. You're gonna see some crazy stuff, but it
like
won't.
I don't know. That this stuff's always boggled my mind. And like, what could have been? What could have been, and thank God it's not.
Well, what we are getting on the 18th, so in 6 more days, is the Justice League Zack Snyder cut. They've been releasing little like cameo trailers. Like they have a Flash themed one, an Aquaman themed one, a Batman themed one, a Darkseid themed one, a Wonder Woman themed one, and
I haven't even went out of my way to watch these.
And you don't need to. Because, I mean, I've looked at the majority of them. It just looks like they're going to add a couple of more scenes, but nothing so so crazy that it's like, oh, yeah, I need to go watch this 4-hour movie. Like, no.
You know, I'm going to watch it. I know I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to skim through it.
I think you should watch it
front to
review
back?
it.
Front to back?
Front to back.
I will
every single minute of this disaster. You need to watch it. No, you have to do this for the fans. J-Lap wants this.
I have seen
Squiggles wants this.
I have seen this garbage already, and you adding more garbage into it is not going to really change the fact.
You gotta get that nice diarrhea soup.
No, that's disgusting.
And enjoy it so your audience will love you.
The problem with this, and two, there was an article online that was trending or something online on Twitter saying that this is not going to satiate the people that have been putting that like hashtag release the Snyder Cut, because whatever he does in this one, they're just going to want what they planned the whole way through. They're just going to, they don't want just this movie. They want the whole idea, because they, in their mind, and I'm talking about the fans of this series and of the movies and the people that are online, they want the Kevin Feige idea of, I created a universe and look how I weaved everything together.
And that's not what they're going to get.
That's not what you're going to get. This isn't going to be so popular that it, and you know what? If I eat my words, I will come back and I will eat my words. But I firmly believe that this is not going to be so popular that it's going to spur the masses to be like, oh, well, we want the whole universe. And then the company is going to be like, we're going to let Zack Snyder do the entire thing. I think that ship has sailed. I think that's done. I think they're on to whatever new thing is happening. Because I feel like he even came out and, like, didn't he release storyboards or something like that about all the different things he was going to do? I could have sworn
Isn't that how the whole Snyder Cut thing, like, started? With his ideas coming out like, oh, this is what I wanted. I wanted Darkseid, and then...
Yeah, but, like,
nerds
I think
everywhere were like, Darkseid.
I think, which is just... Who cares? Who cares?
Well, if it's done well, but this universe is already established. That's hot anus.
That is the other thing. Like, when I looked at that and everybody was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. I was like, what are we looking at? Are we looking at the same dark side? Are we both looking at the same dark side? Because I don't see amazing here. I see a malnourished crackhead sitting on some rocks. And
I honestly thought it was Doomsday again.
Like, it doesn't.
Like, is it small Doomsday?
It didn't look good to me. It did not look good to me at all. And I have no idea who thought it looked good. So I think it's going to come out. Yeah, his chest cavity thing, that looks stupid. It looks weird. I think it's going to come out. I think people are going to, watch as much as they can of the 4-hour, freaking thing. And I think that's just be it. Like, that'll just be it'll come and go. That'll be the end all be all of it.
Yikes.
And I mean, what can you say though? Like, it's a
release the Marvel cut of Justice League.
So that's here's the thing,
hashtag.
and they will just never do this, even though they still could go back to the drawing board and do it. They just won't do that cohesive world. We got another Batman movie that comes out. It looks pretty good, from what we saw with Twilight. We got, what else is coming out? Apparently a Flash movie, right?
Yeah, apparently a Flash movie that's linked to the Justice League still.
Cool.
But I thought they were done with these. I thought they said they're not going to release any more timelines.
I guess it's just the same universe. Universe. What is that? What is that all? Is that all they're doing? Is there another Joker? Are they doing another?
I hope not.
Is that another Joker?
That first one was terrible.
Yeah, not
sorry, Joaquin.
So I don't know. I think that's I think it's a dead horse. So just put out whatever you can and go on with it. But let's get to this Amazon series, everybody, because in the title of this, if you guys aren't watching live on the twitch.tv/before you log off, I put in the title of this, we're going to ask the question, what is them? I watched today for the first time, and the trailer was released 2 days ago. I watched this trailer for a horror series on Amazon called Them. Them is a new anthology horror series coming to Amazon Prime Video. It received 2-season order already for 20.
Wow, so it's coming out straight up.
They greenlit 2 seasons. So they're going to do the first season, of course, and then they're going to do the second season. They'll record, but I don't think they're going to just drop 2 seasons like right off the rip. Which would be interesting because I've never seen the series do that. Like when have we ever had a series?
Oh,
Like,
just like drop two
seasons right off the right
No,
off the bat.
no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Each season will have 10 episodes in it. But what's crazy about this is it's your standard black family moves into an all white neighborhood. Looks like it's set in the 50s, Los Angeles. That's what it says. And there's like, otherworldly, malevolent forces all in the neighborhood. But so, and Steven touched on this in our private chats. Jordan Peele, he took a door when he did
Get
Out, and he opened it wide for the most terrifying things to come out of. There's so much, I don't know, I feel like there should be a specific name for the genre of this black horror. You know what I mean? Because they take old things, like in the trailer of this thing, the old timey music is already creepy. That's just freaking right off the bat. I thought, what I thought was really perfect is they're playing that song in the beginning and then the record skips.
Oh, it just keeps
going and repeating and repeating. That was when that started. I was like, all right, this is horrifying. This is already horrifying.
This is mega terrifying, and it did.
And then at the end of the whole thing, they had a gentleman in blackface in the shadows asking you, what are you going to do? And like creepily walking towards you. And I was like, this is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. The way he
said it too, like, what are you going to do?
I was like, this is just terrible. So I guess the first season is called Them Covenant. It was created by Little Marvin.
Little Marvin?
That's what it says. Little Marvin, who also serves as an executive producer alongside with Lena Waithe. Wait a minute. That name sounds familiar. Let me do a quick Google search. Lena Waithe did The Shy. That's what she did. That show, The Shy.
I don't think I've seen that.
I want to say she was like did she create it? Program creator. Yeah. Lena Waithe. So she created that one. Yeah.
Is that like a horror series or something?
No. I mean, if you live in Chicago, yeah.
Shit.
It's like
okay.
It's like a
Shy.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like shy, timid, like
no. This is Shy.
Okay.
Chirac.
Like Chirac. Yeah. Gotcha.
So like, I believe it's about like just the south side of Chicago and all the daily dangers that happen there and stuff like that. So
the urban horror.
Yes. So it's an urban horror.
Real life.
Yes, it's an urban horror. But that the show Them comes out April, so it's right around the corner.
Shit, that's soon.
It's that soon. I can't wait to watch it actually because I do want to watch it. It's giving me Lovecraft vibes. It's giving me. It's giving me Us the movie vibes.
That one for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the girl from Us is on there.
Was that her?
That's her.
The little one, the daughter, the little girl.
The daughter from Us.
Yeah. I was like, that girl looks familiar, and then I started thinking, I was like, it's got to be from Us because that's the only thing I could think of. The little girl from, because she didn't look like Mechanical Arm.
No. Yeah, she's the girl from the Us, the oldest daughter. Yeah. Well, I mean, there was only one daughter, so yeah, she's the daughter from Us, and she's always in trouble. So, good Lord, like you go from one horror to another horror, but I don't know. And then it kind of gives off also a little bit of American Horror Story type of vibe. So,
like, I straight up just felt like it was Us. And then even like the writing of the title, I was like, this feels like if Jordan Peele did another damn a TV show now that's horror genre, and it's this, and it would make sense. It'd make sense in his universe of fucking nightmares.
Yeah, this is another one that looks extremely scary. I can't wait to actually watch this one. And I don't really normally watch like horror things, but for some reason, this type of. This genre,
resonates with you.
Yeah, it resonates. It's like it's actually creepy. It's real creepy. So April 9th, it's supposed to come out on Amazon Prime. And good Lord, I mean, Amazon might have a hit on their hands with this one. Everybody's getting these titles. Like,
Yeah.
I just saw that, what's it called? Netflix. They just bought up a couple of anime companies to have some exclusive animes on their platform and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. Well, because Sony just recently, or they either recently bought or they're in the middle of purchasing Crunchyroll.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big
so
one.
That's a huge one, because if they get that, that's a huge majority of
where's that going though?
Anime streaming stuff.
Yeah, but like, but where's it? What is Sony's streams? What is their stuff?
You cut out. I missed what you said.
I said, where is Sony's stream? Like, where is their streaming platform?
Well, see, that's the thing. Is if they're buying this up, either they're gonna probably exclusively put it on their systems and services, whatever that might be. I don't know if what is that, PlayStation TV or whatever? Sony
Are
TV,
people watching PlayStation TV? Is that a thing?
That's the thing. I don't know if it's still a thing. I never signed up for it.
Nobody does.
But like, I can see them one to try to keep or build up their library of things for people, or maybe they might just try to do a lot of adaptations of anime film.
I mean, they're doing
because of the.
Oh no, that's never mind. That's Netflix that's doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, you start buying up those properties, like, and try to turn some of these anime stories into live action. Can't believe I said that. You have content.
That's how we get Akira, a U.S. version with Leonardo DiCaprio as Tetsuo.
But people will see it, even if it's trash.
That's Canada.
It's Canada. That's who that is.
Squiggles in chat says Sony is launching a streaming service with 4K Blu-ray picture quality, but it will only be available on Bravia TVs for now.
That's that BS.
Because
nobody wants a Bravia
like,
TV.
Who's buying just like, that's weird. Do people get exclusive? Like, oh, I only buy this.
I met one person like that. Who was like really into, like, I have to have the Sony BYLO, the Sony Ericsson phone.
Nah.
And it's like, really, dude?
No.
Really?
No.
Nah. Sony Walkman.
I see Chubby Cherub in chat called it Blur. That's Black Horror. That's, I don't know, man. It's, I don't know. I'm gonna be watching it. We'll definitely give you some updates. We group watching this one. We gonna do like
I'm down. I'm down to watch it. It looks interesting. It looks good. I thought it was a movie.
I thought it was a movie too.
And then when I tried to search it, which it was like fresh off the presses, because nothing was popping up. No wiki, no IMDb, anything. I didn't see it. It kept trying to give me the 1953 movie Them with the giant ants.
I mean, same type of horror. It's all the same. Giant ants.
Freaking a bunch of white people on desks in your front yard.
It's a metaphor.
Whatever bullshit that was.
It's a metaphor. I know, right? They were all just sitting on the front lawn of the people's house. Like, that's scary enough. Like, jeez.
What is this?
I don't know. It's gonna be a good one though. That's April 9th. Yeah, April 9th. So watch out for that one. It's called Them. That's a hard thing to do and how to market.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because even like with Us, like that was just weird. Trying to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch Us. What? Like,
you just people watching?
Just talking.
You just people watching?
Like, yeah, go watch Us through mirrors.
Let's see what else we got. HBO. Speaking of, let's keep it on with the streaming services. HBO Max is getting an ad-supported option that won't include theatrical releases. So not in 2021, of course, in 2021, what other year? And HBO Max will soon be getting a cheaper ad-supported subscription. Warner Media announced Friday at AT&T's Analyst Investors Day. The new tier will be released sometime in June. However, Warner Media hasn't announced the exact date or price. The tier will feature ads for most of its programming, Warner Media CEO Jack Keelar said that HBO's original programming won't feature ad breaks, so don't need to worry about commercials cutting into your Game of Thrones rewatch. But here's the thing. If I'm getting ads, how much was the Hulu thing with ads? Because I feel that's
Free.
the bar, right?
Free.
All right, then. So I better get free this.
Yeah. I'll cancel HBO Max if they start throwing commercials on top of what I'm paying them.
Yeah. Because it's already $14.99 a month for HBO Max. If they're throwing commercials into that, they definitely are going to lose some customers.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to do free. It's got to be free. You just be like, hey, you're watching ads, and that'll sell. A lot of people watch that. A lot of people do the Hulu with ads and stuff like that. They're fine. You'll get people on your platform. Like with Hulu, I got so tired of having to skip through ads that I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna sign up for no ads." Yeah.
And then pay the money so I can get through it.
And they're probably banking on that. I mean,
oh, you know what? Actually, I take it back. It wasn't free because Hulu it started off free, and then they started charging
with still ads.
With still ads,
You lost. You lost your mind.
Because I think they did the thing where it was like an ad in the beginning and at the end.
Oh,
for like
so
shows
not in the middle or anything like that.
Yeah, it was like a weird, the whole.
I don't.
But
know.
yeah, I know. Once I started paying for no commercials, I didn't ever look back.
Just don't pay for the commercials. Just don't pay for the commercials. Just get the.
No, I am gonna pay
full thing.
I'll pay not to have commercials.
It's like you paying. Like I pay for Spotify.
Yeah,
I make sure that I don't get that crap. Yeah, I like paying for Spotify. Chubby Cherub in chat says, as of now, it is $6.99 with ads. Why would you do that to yourself? That's what I don't understand.
I think it's because of the amount of content that they've added in comparison.
But I'm still getting ads.
Now you get movies. They have their originals, their Hulu originals, which have kind of stepped up a little bit in comparison to before.
But I feel if you're watching, aren't the ads supposed to be paying for this?
You would think. I'm not really sure how that works.
I thought that's what the whole thing of ads were for. They help pay for me watching this.
Yeah, but if they can make money off the ads and you pay them, then they're gonna do it.
Then we're talking greed.
No. Everything in this world is fucking greed. We worship napkins. We worship bullshit paper, man. It's all scheme.
J-Lab said, one of the reasons I canceled cable was I was paying over $100 a month for television shows that I felt like more ads than show. I have not watched regular television in a long time. Like, we just moved into this new house, and when we got the cable in here, the cable man was like, all right, what rooms do you want cable in? And I was like, I just need internet in my room here. Like, that's all I need. He was like, are you sure? The boxes are free. I can hook you up with. I was like, no, I don't need it. I'm not. What am I going to watch?
I don't want.
I said, don't put it in here.
He's like, hey, man, are you sure, man? I need to get rid of these boxes.
He literally basically was trying to force. He's like, I got another one in the car. I was like, I don't need it. Just give me the internet.
Man, I'll give you 2 boxes.
I was like,
just take them.
I just need the internet. Give me the internet right in here. That's all I need. So because I watch nothing but sports, if anything. Like if I watch anything on regular television,
on regular television.
But now I got ESPN Plus with the Disney package. So that's some more internet.
Yeah, I have that, and I don't even fucking watch it. I don't even watch it. I don't watch sports.
Yeah, it's just like.
But it's with my package of everything else. The Hulu, the Disney Plus.
Yeah, it comes along. It comes along with everything. So, it's whatever. I'm not going to say no to it. You're giving it with the package.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no.
But, yeah. So, and then what's the other thing? Because we're watching the Marvel shows, and that's just another app on the Disney or whatever. So,
yeah.
That is what it is.
And then Winter Soldier and Falcon is next week.
Next week, coining the phrase, or the term that what is it? Sorcerers are just wizards without hats.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that in the trailer, I was like, that's gonna trend. They're gonna trend on Twitter with that one. Yeah, I think Anthony Mackie might steal the show on this one. I think because he's a goofball.
This is his time to shine.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan is like,
I think
he's going to be there and he's going to be good, a good counterbalance. But I think Anthony Mackie is going to, I think he's going to.
Because it's 1,000% going to be the buddy cop type of thing, like everybody thinks. But I think you're going to have Anthony Mackie as kind of the jokester, and then Sebastian as the straight man. Like it's
almost a reversed 48 hours. You know what I mean? Like Sebastian Stan's the Nick Nolte, and fucking. I
think that's just Anthony regular 48 hours then.
No, well, the main character, wasn't it supposed to be Nick Nolte? I mean, they both were, but like Nick Nolte was the cop, right? In that whole thing,
the cop. I still think it was a buddy movie. I don't think they were supposed to be.
No, it was, but like there's always the lead actor.
It's I don't know. I think I can't wait for it because I like I said, I think Anthony Mackie's gonna take this one away, and you're gonna want him by the end of it to be Captain America, because it's like, okay, I want that to be the Captain America.
I think he's gonna don it. I honestly think he's gonna by the end of it.
Very last episode.
He's gonna have the whole suit, the whole getup.
Yeah, he'll have the shield and everything like that. How they're gonna explain him being able to throw it like Captain America? Who knows?
Well, they already did with that trailer. Did you see the first trailer? Where
how long he had to wind up to throw that?
Yeah, well, he's training.
Jeez.
He's got to get those muscles in his arm.
Captain America just one hand tosses that thing all over the place. He's like,
he's also got a serum inside him.
That's why I'm saying, how is Falcon America gonna, quickly toss that thing? I think unless they come up with like a new way for him to, maneuver and do that, or maybe he just doesn't toss it as much and he uses it more just as a shield, like it's supposed to be, and not a frisbee. So,
how does he do it in the comic book?
I don't know. I don't think he throws it in the comic book.
You think he just has it as the symbol that it is?
I've actually never read any Captain America or Falcon America comic books. I've only read him as the Falcon, and he's just got wings and birds.
So what if they inject Mr. Falcon with the
Don't do that. Don't do that.
What if he needs a transfusion?
No.
And all they got is Steve's blood.
They just need Steve just out of anywhere.
And he's the only one there. They're stuck in an elevator with a
seen him in the last episode. It doesn't look like he has enough blood to give. He doesn't have enough blood to give. They're gonna need the transfusion. He's gonna go right back to that bench. He's like, no, I don't think I will.
Yeah, and then Anthony Mackie's gonna be like, give me your blood, old man. No. And then that's how he gets it, and he can throw the shield.
But I'm
just gonna put the blood in one arm.
I'm excited for it. My niece, she was asking me, was I actually, interested in watching it, because she's more into the superpowers part, and this is gonna be, of course, void of superpowers. But I think it's still gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be a story. A story of being partners, because again, you have Sam's history of him losing his partner, then losing Cap, and then now he's got this new guy that he's not really too familiar with because it was his old friend's friend, and now he's got a bond with him. They gotta have a bond.
Yeah, because did you see that? I don't know if you saw any of the trailers, the new ones that they released. There's a ton of spoilers type of things. But they're like, when they're in the plane, when he's asking him to get a plan, they showed a little bit more of that clip too.
Oh, okay.
And he's like talking to him, and he's like, he says something, Buck. And he's like, no, you don't get to call me that. And he's like, why? Captain or Steve calls you that. He's like, yeah, Steve knew me longer. And so there is going to be that. They got to build their rapport with each other. They can't just be best friends until episode 6. That's when then they trust each other more. So
because you gotta think of, was it God, when they were fighting in Civil War, and he's like, "I hate you."
Yeah.
they had that rivalry. It's like they're competing to be Steve's best friend.
And then it also looks like on like
Now
the
they have
press
to-
junkets and everything that they did, that
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie seemed like that they were actually like good friends. Like they joked around a lot. And, I mean, who knows? But it's good to see if that'll bleed in through onto the actual show. You know, I can't wait to see that. So.
I hope, because that's chemistry. You know what I mean? Like if you have a good chemistry and rapport with one another, it's definitely going to bleed in because you like working with.
So what about
the show's gonna reflect.
What about next after this show with these two characters specifically? Because Kevin Feige said he doesn't want to make a thing to where you have to go watch Disney Plus to know what's going on in the movies. So it's not like they're going to keep doing a bunch of things where they jump back and forth all the time. You know what I mean? So what do we see them next in just cameos, or do they actually make full blown movies with these characters next?
Oh, these two characters? No, they'll be in the next, whatever the next like roundup of setting up another Avengers or whatever. They'll be in it. So you have, okay, so like Black Widow, right? Black Widow's, obviously it seems like it's going to be a passing of the torch type movie. Where like it's probably going to lead into them hinting at whoever plays I forget her name, Black Widow's quote unquote sister. Probably going to pick up that moniker. What is
I
it?
think something
was it Florence Pugh?
Florence Pugh or something? Yeah.
I might be wrong on the name, but I think they were hinting at her taking up a mantle. And I know that was a rumor. So if they did that, that type of character fits perfectly with, you know, Sam and Bucky. And then you can rope in Hawkeye and his new team, and then you can use Bucky and Falcon to like train the young Avenger type characters that they might want to build, or the new Avenger characters that they want to try to build.
You want to see them in more of a mentoring role.
Yeah, why not? They have the experience of fighting big bads, as well as like the soldier experience, the life experience, stuff like that. They've been through a lot. Like it's they would be perfect role model type to build in the next line of superheroes, even if they don't have superpowers per se.
Yeah, I mean, will they ever? This is the thing that I kind of do want them to do, though, is once in a while go back to the small screen. Like we've got them in the movies, but like She-Hulk, you know, can we get a flyby? Can we get a cameo? Like, you know, something like that.
Just her and like Anthony Mackie having coffee and like just Ironheart or whatever they're gonna go by flies by.
I feel like they should. Like it should be interchangeable. I mean, you have a whole universe of characters. I think eventually
gotta establish them.
Just make it into a full blown Marvel. I think after they're done with everything and they've exhausted themselves, because I feel like they're going towards an end. I feel like they're going towards like there's got to be an ending to all this, or you're gonna run out of characters because the actors are getting older. I mean,
if there was an end, they probably would have done it now.
No,
with the ending of RDJ.
No,
because why not? It would have been a perfect time to relaunch everything with everything that you have.
Because you know why they're not gonna. They couldn't end it right then and there because they just now got up to the part in the comic books of all new, all different Marvel. And those characters, if you look at the cover of All New, All Different Marvel and what they show on there, they're just now getting to those characters. Falcon America, female Thor, Kamala Khan. Like all these characters are the all new, all different Marvel stuff. So they want to get that out there now.
So there's your push. They can keep going. They can constantly keep going.
But that's going to be done because after All New, All Different Marvel, they just go back to the status quo of Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Black Panther. Like they just go right back. Look at the Avengers now in comic books.
For the comic books, though, so like you can milk those characters for a good another 10, 15 years by themselves. Because like all of those characters, you know, the Kamala Khan, they're introducing her super young. Like Tom Holland, that dude can probably go for another 10 years.
Yeah, no, he's good
as
for a
Spider-Man.
while.
I know he wants to. He's good. He's good for a long time.
Yeah, he's
if
good
they
for
just
a while.
keep writing the stories. I'm over here spitting. They're building up the Hawkeye, the female Hawkeye. I don't really know her storyline, whether it's his daughter or it's a whole new character. I don't remember.
I don't think
it's probably some whole new character.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be original because they were like building up that. You have Cassie Lang, like you can rope her in and then build on those characters and add in the new ones. Add in your America Chavez. Add in all these other people that aren't in the cinematic universe, you can build for another 10.
This is why I bring though that up of when they end, because I think when they end, the proper way to reboot, because by the time they end 20 years from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think by the time they end, the proper way to reboot is to put it on your small screen under your exclusive, because they should have all their characters by then. You create a new series, actually a multitude of series, because they'll be cheaper to make, and you'll get that subscription money or whatever, and you just call it Marvel Universe, and just have it in the under that umbrella, and you can just reboot and start everything over from scratch. And then you can see where they start, where they would like to start when they have all their stuff to play with. When they have the Fantastic Four, when they have all the Spider-Man, when they have all of, you know, like X-Men, where they start over, you know? Because I mean, after Kevin Feige's, 10 years done, what's next? He's the vision. He's the man with the plan.
That man is probably going to pull a damn, what's his name, Tolkien, and have the fucking Silmarillion of Marvel movie timelines.
I mean,
all the way up to fucking 2121.
He's probably already got it. He's the
Nostradamus of fucking Marvel cinematic.
And I mean, I don't know. I think he's only thinking, of course, right now in this time, that he's working on it. I don't think he's thinking after.
Playing the long game, baby. I think he's planning for beyond his time. Like
that'd be interesting.
As the head of, I forget his position, head MCU writer, whatever guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what his
I don't remember his exact position, but whatever. After he's done with that job himself, like I think he has like a whole setup timeline, and he's just gonna hand it to the next guy or lady that is gonna take that mantle and run the company after that.
Who apparently is just being born right now and will take it over whenever he's done. Yeah, they'll take it over.
He's just gonna be sitting in his office like writing, and then all of a sudden he's gonna be like, "My successor's been born." Just like,
and then he'll know when to end. He'll know when to end it. Then and he'll be like, "I know when to pass this off now." Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it'll be exciting to see the future. And then I guess we'll tell in on this. We didn't do any video game stuff, did we?
No, because we got carried away. Just because, oh my god, man! Like comic book movies, comics, all that stuff is just so freaking exciting.
We'll stay this episode. We'll keep this episode in the same kind of realm. Speaking of kind of Marvel and Disney in the same breath, Benedict Cumberbatch has absolutely no interest in playing Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is kind of devastating because I think he would have been a really good Thrawn.
No, he just.
Who else?
Small potatoes.
That's not small potatoes. That is a major villain in the Star Wars universe that I barely know about. But he said he didn't want to be blue. But I'm like,
lumberjack cummerbund. He does small potatoes, man. He doesn't want to do that.
No, that would be
TV
a
show
massive role.
Nah, he's not getting a film.
You know, he's not getting it wouldn't get him a film.
Exactly. Small potatoes. Not big potatoes and small potatoes.
I think he's sleeping on this one. He said, "There's no way I want to be turned blue." His quote, but it's just like, all right, bro. Like,
that makes sense though.
He's
around everybody that gets painted on the set.
True.
He probably saw Dave Bautista's fucking 8-hour prosthetic and makeup job or whatever shit that he has to go through. I'm pretty sure he's like, no, I'm good on that.
Have you seen anything with Grand Admiral Thrawn?
No, honestly, I don't even know who that is. I know he's like a big character, but like he's more known for, was it Rebels? Like being in Rebels and stuff? Because I don't remember.
He was in the
movies.
No, he's not in the movies, but he was in novels. I know before he was in that Rebels. That's for sure. I think I want to say.
So he was in the Legend.
That's where, yeah. I mean, it's Legends now, so yeah. You know, and that's if you read it back then, I guess how big he was, but he wasn't. He's yet, I think, to make a live action debut. So
yeah, it would be good.
Yeah,
they're gonna put him in that Ahsoka show, and then they're probably gonna have a whole thing on that show specifically
for that journey. Yeah. See, LB in chat even said he was a big deal in novels, or she heard from Rico that he's a big deal in novels. That's what I think it was, and I think he actually grew in fame from that, though. Like that's what it was, and then they put him in. I don't think just initially, then they put him in Rebels, but like he even grew bigger when he was in Rebels.
Okay, so what's his deal? Like, you have General Grievous, fucking.
He's got no powers. He's just a smart tactician. He's got no. That's the thing. He's just not like Gus Fring or whatever. What's his name?
Okay.
Like that. He's not super powered.
He should have got him to play it, but he can't do two characters.
Yeah, he can't do two characters. He's already doing a good job at what he's doing. Yeah. So but yeah. Like that's kind of his deal. Like he's that much of a boss. He doesn't have superpowers. He's just an alien. He's blue, but he's got the
You can kill him then. He's easy to kill.
Pretty much. One bullet can probably take him out. But he's apparently a brilliant tactician. Cumberbatch said, "Straight up no for me right now. There's no way I want to be turned blue. I turned the air blue very recently. No, seriously. I have a very precious time with my children, and I think sitting in a makeup chair and being painted blue and the amount of time it would take to do that and then take it off at the end of the day it's not the right time in my life for that." That was his direct quote. So it makes sense for him,
It doesn't.
He's already doing Doctor Strange. That's enough special, makeup on him. It's just a beard.
Yeah, a little bit
of white hair on the side. Little moose.
Yeah. That's a small potato roll. I don't know.
I mean, hey.
I don't know what they're doing with Star Wars. Like, they're trying, and I understand it's for, current generations every time they do it. But like, I don't know, they need something more interesting. Telling you, bring my buddy cop Star Wars story to life. It'd be great.
Buddy cop Star Wars?
Yeah, I talked about it on the show like a while back. It was me and Rachel. It's just a detective solving crimes.
Yeah. I remember.
Star Wars planet.
Yeah, but I mean, to hit on it, it basically is just taking taking that universe that they've already created and making it someplace that the viewer can explore, as opposed to just focusing on the smaller things.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Like they definitely need to do that. They definitely need to do that.
Mandalorian captured that magic.
They sure did.
Perfectly.
They sure did.
and we'll see if these other shows do the same. But as for their big screen,
Yeah, we don't know.
you're struggling with your fans.
Yeah.
But then again, the fandom is a little crazy.
And then watch out for Gina Carano, everybody, in Star Wars: The Pariah. So,
Jeez. I heard that she was trying to get her job back.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Financially, she's okay. So anyway, that's all we got, everybody. Thanks for listening. So we're gonna wrap this one up. It went a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I mean, who cares? We tangent. That's what we do.
We like to. It was a talk show. We like to talk.
We missed talking about Fallout letting players build multiple camps, and then Halo not letting you hold 2 weapons in your hands.
Stupid.
Stupid. You're going backwards. Why are you going backwards? Like, it makes no sense.
First of all, it takes like 1,000 bullets to kill a damn grunt with every gun in that stupid game, and then now you getting rid of one.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't understand why developers are why would you not make a game, have everything you had before that made it successful, and then add on top of that? Isn't that the base? Like I'm gonna make a pizza and just be like, you know what? I'm not gonna start with the crust. I'm going straight sauce in a pan, and then I'm gonna throw other stuff in there.
Sauce and bread.
Yeah. Like, what? You had the recipe. How do you mess that up? But anyway, so you didn't miss anything but more of a rant that was probably gonna spin off into hatred for Halo, but who knows? That game got delayed. It'll be out whenever it's out. So in the meantime, Xbox Live, or Xbox, Microsoft, they bought Bethesda, so you got a whole library of those games that are on Xbox Game Pass. If you guys have that one,
as of like now, right? Like they're
now, because
now.
I was just looking at it last night. There's a ton of Bethesda stuff on there, and I can't wait to actually jump into that stuff. So
time to play Skyrim for the 19th.
Well, whatchamacallit, has it always been free? Elder Scrolls Online? Not always been free, but as of late, has it been free? Because that's on there now.
Yeah, it went free for maybe a year or two ago.
Yo, Squiggles in chat saying ESO base is free, so that's fine.
It's the bare bones stuff. Like all MMOs. You know what I mean?
I want to try it, but I'm afraid that it's going to lean so much into an MMO that it's not going to let me enjoy like a Skyrim. You know what I mean? It's not going to let me enjoy it like that. And I don't want it to tarnish that reputation. So
it'd be a good RPG.
I wonder if it's like, how good is it multiplayer? Because online stuff or MMOs have kind of been failing me, for the last decade. So
I think MMOs are just hard to nail down because you don't have an MMO without fetch quests. Fetch quests are a big turnoff.
Very true.
And minuscule stuff. You know what I mean?
But you can. That's the thing. You 1,000% can. You just have to put more time and effort into actually being creative with your video game. I'm interested in the new Amazon one that's coming out. What's it called? New World, Fast World, Second World, New Land, something like that.
No clue.
Somebody in chat knows this one. It's New World.
New World.
The Squiggle says it's hot garbage. Thank you.
Oh, that is that.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you for crushing the dreams of one man. Thank you. It's a New World.
Hey, Aaron, do you like this? It's hot, ain't it?
Yeah, thanks, Squiggles. Thank you. Well, you know what? That's it. We're wrapping it up right there.
Yeah, that's funny.
If you guys are listening to the podcast right now, you're missing out on the live shows where you can interact with us, of course, live, like the chat room has done so graciously tonight. Thank you, chat room, for helping us get along. Thank you for keeping notes down there, intern Beth. And so Steven, is there anything you want to say before we log off?
No, I can't wait till next Friday, man, when we get that sweet Falcon Winter Soldier, and we're gonna probably discuss it.
Oh yeah, we're
Oh,
hands
that's
down
next
going to discuss
episode.
it. We're hands down
So
going to discuss it.
prepare for that one.
Prepare for a Falcon and Winter Soldier spoiler episode, everybody, if you haven't. There's new things coming in the works for BYLO. We were going to we may be moving servers or systems or whatever. I believe
I
I
don't
found
think it's gonna affect them.
it's not going to affect you whatsoever. Yeah, you won't even know it. But it will. What it will affect is where they find certain shows on BYLO Network. They'll be able to find BYLO all by itself under the BYLO banner. They'll be able to find Hello Insomnia by itself under the BYLO banner. They'll be able to, so it'll be all grouped together for the people that want to specifically listen to certain ones or listen to
quick
other
access.
ones. Yes, it'll be quick access. And I found it thanks in part to LB in chat. Thank you for showing me more stuff. It's not the one that you showed me, though. It's a different website, but it got me on the trail of what I needed to look for.
Because of you.
Yes, it's because of you, LB. So thank you. But look out for that. And then we got some other podcast ideas that are going to be coming along soon for the show before you log off. So you'll have some more content coming through the pipes that'll be interesting. That actually I can't wait to start doing that stuff too. So there you go. So for the internationally known Steven Gutierrez,
Good night, everybody.
intern Beth, and the nice blue glasses that I just noticed for the first time after a year of having her on the show.
Well, maybe you should look at her eyes more often, you perv.
That's here there. I am Sir Aaron Carter saying that is enough internet for today. Stop the recording.